you're not going to be happy with me.
What did you do now?
I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. I've just been sitting around. I've just been sitting around being depressed. And I did absolutely not. In fact, if I had done something, maybe it would be better.
Okay.
Well, we haven't heard from our producer in a long time.
What, Hanson?
Hanson Swanson, yeah. Remember, okay, for listeners, for new listeners, we got an email a while back, and it said, "Improve your SEO." And, it's from a guy named Hanson Swanson. It said, "Improve your SEO. People want to see your YouTube videos, and if you like my company is here to improve your SEO," whatever it was, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I sent him $17,000.
That was our whole budget.
I know, and I didn't talk to you about it first, and it was really foolish of me.
Our friendship almost deteriorated because of this.
And he did not improve our SEO, but he did buy our podcast from us, and he owns it, and he produces it. And his name is Hanson
Swanson. You didn't tell me that. You didn't mention that he owns the podcast.
I'm pretty sure I'm trying to remember the lore here. I'm pretty sure this is established. And if not, it's changed. If not, it changed. He owns it now. And as our producer, I did finally hear from him again. I think for a little while, he was living in Andorra, I think.
I thought he was in the basement.
Yeah, I went into my basement, which absolutely exists, and he wasn't there. And then
I don't have a basement.
And then I got a letter from the Andorran.
Wow.
What do you call it? The embassy.
Okay.
Saying that he's to report to the embassy immediately for extradition. And the list of countries he was supposed to be extradited to was like 17 different countries.
Who is Hanson? Who did you hire? Did you not vet this person?
Regardless, he's back in town.
Great.
I don't know where he's living now, but he did get us a live gig.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. You didn't say you were looking. You don't tell me anything.
I wasn't looking. Again, I was moping. I had no idea any of this was happening.
You can say no to stuff, right?
No, we cannot say no to Hanson Swanson. I can't explain why, but it would be a bad idea for us to say no to Hanson Swanson.
He's a dweeb.
Even dweebs could be dangerous sometimes. So anyway, I guess what I need to tell you is that we are booked, and I think we are the only artist left on
at Adventure X. He booked us at Adventure X, right?
Okay, we're booked at the Freedom 250 concert in Washington D.C. For America's 250th birthday.
I hate it here.
I don't like it either. But
what are we supposed to do there? What do you want us to do there, Matt?
Apparently, the administration is getting into the adventure game racket.
What?
Because of how profitable it is. And they want us to give positive reviews of their games. Let me look up some of the titles here. Here, I'll send you a list and we can read them back and forth.
Oh, good.
All right, you get the email?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. Which do we want to talk about? The first one is it's a walking simulator called The Very Lonely 45. And it is, you walk around the White House, and you're the only one left there, and you have to read all of the president's diary entries. And
what's the goal?
It's supposed to be just like a tearjerker. I don't know.
Who developed this game?
It's like Gone Home only in the White House. And instead of learning all about your gay sister, you're supposed to feel bad for the president.
Oh, that's the one developed by like USA Eagle Government.
Yeah, you see
Association. Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, I see. That's the only developer they have on this list, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot here. There's a what looks like a silly point and click adventure called Ice Capades.
I'm legit depressed now.
You have to play an ice agent, and you get into all sorts of wacky hijinks while committing basically a genocide.
Okay, can I give them bad reviews?
No, we have to give the positive
what
reviews
are you
on stage
talking about?
the entire nation. Okay, what you list a few.
I mean, have you heard about the point and click called Is It Hair or Is It Not?
Yeah, I think that's one of those. Yeah, it looks like that's one of those, like, it's inspired by what's that guy's name who does Papers, Please and stuff.
Oh, Pope.
Lucas Pope. Yeah,
Lucas Pope.
It's like
yeah.
Lucas Pope inspired, and every single member of the administration comes up to you, and you have to decide whether their hair is hair or is it something,
is it not,
or is it something else. And you
but
can,
here's the thing. Here's the thing about that game. It's presented whimsically, right? It's presented whimsically and like lighthearted, but there's a dark twist.
I can't imagine what could possibly be dark about basically any of these games. This one's one of those like interactive.
It's like a Windows game.
Yeah, one of those Windows.
It's like
games.
one of those really meta Windows games. Yeah,
interface.
That's it. Interface,
yes,
and you have to go through game. Like literal files.
It looks like these. Yeah, you have to go through all these files, and it's like there's like a mystery about what the files are, and
I know. And some people are
just
fuck
named... Roses.
What?
It's the Epstein files.
Oh my God! Shut up.
Oh my God. All right. Maybe they won't make us review that one.
Oh, did you see the hidden object game called JD Vance Buys a Donut?
Yeah, you have to collect a bunch of stuff that that JD Vance might think are donuts. So it also is like a deduction game a little bit. So like there's just a bunch of foods.
There's a loose crank in that one. I don't know if you knew. It's not the like straight crank. It's like the round crank because it kind of looks like a donut.
Oh, I thought you were saying the loose crank was JD Vance.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Save Your Game. I am one of your exhausted guests. Guests? I'm a guest.
You're a guest. You're a guest now. You've been demoted.
I forgot that Hanson Swanson actually demoted me. I'm now a guest because I refuse to give any of these games higher than a 0.5 rating. So I've been demoted. I'm just a guest now, but we still have a host.
It's
you.
Oh, I thought it was Reince Priebus.
Who's...
Okay, yeah, I'm the host. My name's Matt Ocamp. If you don't hear from us ever again, we're in hiding from the
government,
I guess. Yeah, we get hunted down because we didn't do the concert. Us and Milli Vanilli. No, Milli Vanilli was the one that said yes, right? They're the ones who were like, and it wasn't even like, it's not like the Milli Vanilli who people know. It's like,
well, no, because one of the I mean, I don't want to call them musicians because the whole thing is that they weren't singing, but one of them passed.
Yes,
it's only Milli.
And I think the person who said yes might be might be like, not Millie, but like one of the guys who did write the actual music.
Yeah.
And nobody knows who they are. Like it's like a guy comes out on stage that's like this just like old person who nobody's ever seen before. It's like, so hi, I'm Milli Vanilli, and I love deporting immigrants.
Great. That's so sad.
Roses.
Yes.
We have to stop puffy faffing around because we have so much shit to talk about today.
I really, really want to create Is It Hair or Is It Not Hair? So I like that title because it's long and stupid, like some of the ranking titles that we've been getting.
You should learn Godot, and then you can create Is It Hair, Is It Not Hair?
Is it hair or is it not hair? It's a great title, you guys.
Roses.
Yes.
We're gonna have a lot to say about the game, our title game of this episode.
Probably. You don't have to keep it a secret. It's in the title. They clicked on it.
I have a billion fucking games to talk about, and I think you even have one to talk about.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first? You don't sound excited.
Yeah, you go. I mean, wasn't the name of this segment Things That You're Enjoying? I can't really say that I enjoyed what I played, but I will enjoy talking about it. You can go first. What have you been playing / enjoying / doing /
Some of these are enjoying and some of these are just playing. So,
okay.
All right. First, I don't know if I should. All right, I'll save the really cool one. Right before we got on this call, I was actually playing a demo that came out today as of recording.
Okay.
It is called Order of the Sinking Star.
You didn't tell me there was a demo that you were playing. That's an adventure game.
It is, okay, it is by Jonathan Blow. It's the new Jonathan Blow game.
I'll look this up.
The Witness was 11 years ago or something?
Maybe more.
Let me see. Yeah. Witness was 2016. Yes.
Okay, or it's 10 years ago. Okay.
So 10. 10.
Wow.
Yes, a little over 10 years ago. And his follow-up game is called Order of the Sinking Star, and it's this Sokoban game. Do you know what a Sokoban game is?
No.
So a Sokoban game is like those block pushing, the block pushing games, right?
Oh,
where you
no,
have
I'm terrible at those.
Little maze, and you have to move the blocks around.
If there's blocks in the Zelda games, I'm paralyzed with fear.
Everyone hates block pushing games in games that aren't about block pushing. Like when you're playing another game and then suddenly you have to push blocks around, you're like, what the fuck?
What am I even doing right now?
But this is an entire Sokoban game. And I played a little bit of it. Really beautiful.
It looks beautiful, yeah.
It takes place in this series of enchanted medieval kind of gardens. Mm-hmm. And there's a plot that's developing, and you play what looks like a queen or a princess or something, and she's going around and she is finding, she'll find an obstacle and you will interact with it, and it'll suddenly cut to these other characters, and all of them have powers. So in the demo, I've only seen 3, but it looks from screenshots like there's going to be way more. Where, again, Sokoban puzzles, you got a big strong guy, he can push blocks. You've got this thief girl, and she pulls any block that she is adjacent in one of the cardinal directions too. So she won't pull it diagonally, obviously, because it's Sokoban, but she will pull it north or south, any direction it can go. And you can't stop. This is another thing. You can't stop her from pulling it. So that adds to the challenge. And then there's a big fat wizard guy who switches places with any block that's in a direct line with him, in a direct uninterrupted line with him.
He switches places with a block. He becomes a block?
No, he switches places. So the block goes where he was, and he goes where the block.
The vision I had in my head was unhinged for a second.
So each of them were cool in and of themselves, right? It was fun to solve Sokoban puzzles in these slightly skewed ways, right?
Yeah.
But as I got further in, they start putting 2 or 3 of them together. And then you have to combine, you have to switch between characters and combine them to get through these Sokoban puzzles. So maybe you'll have the girl drag a thing to the end of a hallway where she can't push it to the very end of the hallway because there needs to be a space for her body, right? Does that make sense? Because she will always take up the block in the space in front of the block. So you drag it all the way to the end and then move her out of the way and then take the pushing guy and he pushes it the rest of the way, that like one extra space, and then she can drag it into the next room now that it's around the corner. Or, well, and another thing, like, you find that you can also move and switch places with, like, you can also use these powers on each other. So the wizard guy can just, if he is in a direct line of sight with the strong man, he can switch places with that strong man. And it is restricted by you not entirely having control. You can't, again, if you are the girl and you are adjacent to a block and you walk in a direction away from the block that is open, she'll pull the block with her. You can't make her not.
Yeah.
And same with the wizard. If you are in direct line of sight with a block, he will, and you click in its direction, he'll switch places with it. So if you need him to walk right, but 18 spaces to his right is a block, he's not going to walk right. He's going to switch places with that block. So if you want him to not go that far for some reason, if you need him to reach something closer, you might have to grab somebody else and have them put something closer to him. So he switches places with that and doesn't go quite as far. It really seems like it's growing into something really fucking cool. I don't know what sort of, I already started to get tired of it just in the demo.
Oh no.
Not like eternally tired of it, but like, okay, I'm getting a little, this is a lot.
Yeah. I mean, but I assume it's a little bit repetitive.
Yes. And he does, again, like, he's doing all these interesting things to make it less repetitive, but it is, in the end of the day, it is just a Sokoban game. You are just pushing blocks around and trying to put them on switches. And so I'm a little worried that when the full game comes out, it's not going to be something that I'm going to want to play the whole thing of, like, play beginning to end. Which is a shame because I love Braid and I love The Witness.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why can't you just climb over the rock?
You've done it. You've solved Sokoban.
I did.
They've been waiting. You're the chosen one. They've been waiting for you all this time.
Listen, you're making fun, but it's because you don't know. You don't know why you can't go over. It's
since way back when Boxl came out on on Game Boy, the original Game Boy, people have been waiting. No, was that Boxl? What was that? The first. I don't know if it's the first Sokoban game, but it was like one of those early Sokoban games. I remember having it for Game Boy. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, look it up. What's the first one, or at least the first mainstream one?
First, I'm gonna say Sokoban game for Game Boy, and see if it comes up. Oh, it's called Boxl.
Boxl. That's weird. I have a different answer.
I didn't look up first one. I just looked up Sokoban game for Game Boy, the game that I played a whole bunch, and it was Boxl.
Gotcha. Boxl.
Okay, first ever Sokoban game.
It says it's like Warehouse Keeper.
Okay, that makes sense.
Wow, what a fun time. I definitely want to play a game where I am the janitor of a warehouse and I just gotta push some fucking crates.
You just gotta get the crates to the right
No,
spot.
we're not. No, you don't understand. We're not getting them to the right place. They're in the right place. They're in the warehouse. We just need to push them.
Oh.
Yeah. And if they're in the way, you cannot climb over them.
Here's what's so fucking funny about this, and I had no idea. the first Sokoban game is called Sokoban.
Yeah, yeah.
Which translates to warehouse keeper.
Yeah, in Japanese.
and I was kind of right, because Boxl, Boxl is also known as Sokoban. Is it a remake of Sokoban? I don't know. I don't have the time or energy to research this at the moment.
I do, and I'm going to dedicate so much of my time. It actually does. It actually does look like it is some kind of, not remake, but like reimagining or something for the Game Boy.
So yeah, I don't, there's a little bit. I'm slightly disappointed that
that you can't climb over the box. Me too.
That the next Jonathan Blow game is a Sokoban game, but the bit that I played so far is really, really fucking cool. So maybe he will, maybe it'll be, it's already surprising. Maybe it'll get even more surprising, and I'll end up loving it as much as I loved his previous two games. So
yeah, it's interesting that he is seems to be experimenting with different genres, because Braid was a game he worked on. Braid, right?
Yes.
That's so different than The Witness, and those two games are so different from like a Sokoban game. So that's really interesting to me.
They all do similar things to your brain.
Yeah.
But using different genres, right? Yeah, I agree. So like playing The Witness, being like, oh, this is the guy who made Braid.
Yeah.
And he made a new game, and then you play The Witness, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But so The Witness is incredible, and it pushes it again, it like shoves your brain in these ways where you're like, it pushes them sort of to their limits. And I think that's a really cool through line for his work.
Yeah.
Do you want to say yours now, or do you want me I think I have two more.
Yeah, I'll say it.
Okay.
I just want to say something to you, Matt, specifically.
Please.
And only you.
Uh-huh.
I did everything I said I was going to do before this episode.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, that's right. When I get spiteful, I get motivated. So I played the game we're playing today. And yeah, I did play Gilbert Goodgrape and the Mushroom of Phungoria.
I think it's Goodmate.
Whatever!
How much of Gilbert Goodmate did you play?
Like 2 hours, man, which is way too many more hours than I could have played.
Okay, how was it?
Horrible. I
was
don't
that bad.
like this game. It is having an artistic, aesthetic crisis. This game is ugly. I'm sorry. There's no other way to say it. It is ugly. The choices are ugly.
Okay, well, you did send me a picture of the inventory.
I did.
And
that was you 2 minutes in.
You were 2 minutes in. You had like 7 things in your inventory already. And honestly, of them was a loose crank.
Honestly, it was broken at that time. I had to fix it. I had to make a super glue to fix the loose crank.
Broken loose crank. Hey, look there. Yeah. Gilbert Goodgrape is an innovator.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen. This game is so worse than how we rated it. First of all, yes, I think it's very ugly. It's got multiple types of art in it. And I think this was made in like 2001. So if it was, and it is inspired by Curse of Monkey Island. You saw the inventory. It has a coin for like, what are those called? A click coin?
A verb coin.
A verb coin, yeah. It has one of those. It's a mushroom. It's scary. I don't like it. And it's just so much worse quality than Curse of Monkey Island. And it's not that we didn't have the tech. We did, guys. We did have it. Look at something like, King's Quest 7, which some people don't like. I understand that. But those backgrounds, you can't argue that those are not beautiful backgrounds. Those are gorgeous backgrounds. Like, a lot of work went into the detail and the art of that game. This I can't say the same. It's so hideous. So much of it is brown. It's super close up and in your face. The puzzles are bad. The first puzzle I did was like mixing a glue out of biscuit ingredients, which are not defined. Yeah, biscuit ingredients. Hair
he's
grease.
just like, wait a second. Hold on.
Yes.
Biscuit ingredients that are not defined. He says, I've got some biscuit ingredients.
Yeah, it's on the table. Yeah.
And then it's like, I need some glue. And then the thing that you need to glue, you combine the biscuit ingredients with. And he says,
I made super glue.
And you don't even know how he made super glue.
No, I just combined a bunch of shit into a mixer. I put resin. Just kill me now. I put resin into a mixer with some biscuit ingredients and some hair grease, and it made super glue. Just ruined a KitchenAid over here, and it's
wow.
Yeah,
it sounds great.
It's so. I think we ranked it too high. I'm going to be real honest.
You're allowed to move it.
I can move it now.
Now that you...
It's also broken, which kind of fucking sucks. And I can't tell if that's how it is, or because this was 2001, it is hard to emulate a game from 2001.
Well, it's for sale on Steam.
Yeah. It has some issues. Yeah. But beyond those issues, it does work the majority of the time. The voice acting's bad, my dude. And the dialogue trees go on and on about the most mundane, uninteresting shit you've ever heard. I don't want to talk to any of these characters. It is so boring. They just go on and on about nothing.
Yeah, is it one of those things where it's like, there's absolutely, like, you're not getting clues, you're not getting story. It's just...
Yeah, you're definitely not really getting clues. No. In fact, it's so bad, I've got to do a video on this. And everyone knows I'm a very fair reviewer. I will find something okay to say about this game because at the end of the day, people worked hard on it. It is a piece of art.
So you're going to play the whole thing?
I am going to play it. Here, just to give you a taste of the humor, okay?
Okay, please.
Okay, the taste of the humor. So on our verb coin, there's usually, this is pretty common, you have eyeballs, a mouth for talking, and like something for interact, something for taking.
Okay.
And there was like, our grandpa had made like biscuits, like a plate of biscuits with the biscuit ingredients,
that also became super glue.
I made glue out of those. I tried talking to the biscuits because I wanted to eat them. I didn't actually want to talk to them, so I used my mouth to talk to but he instead talked to them.
Okay.
As you do. And he said, "Hi, Biscus. Isn't that a type of flower?"
Biscuits. Isn't that a type of flower?
Hibiscus. Yeah.
Oh, hibiscus.
I'm like, I can't.
Wow.
Oh, wait. I'm just going to briefly, before you speak, there is a story to this game, by the way. And it's not very Monkey Island-y at all. Even though the majority, it does look like Curse of Monkey Island, the music is borderline plagiarism here. The story is that the kingdom of Phungoria was like under a witch's spell or a wizard's spell. So they sent out a knight, like this bumbling knight, to go defeat him. And he almost dies during this. This wizard's like casting magic at him and he almost dies. Okay. He's on the ground and he looks to his right and there's a giant mushroom. And he fucking takes that mushroom and beats the shit out of the wizard and he dies.
With a mushroom.
With a mushroom.
But wizard's dead.
The wizard's dead. The wizard was dead and buried from a mushroom. The mushroom's flopping around everywhere. I'm not real happy with the visuals at this point. He brings the mushroom back to Phungoria, and because this is like clearly this is like a magical mushroom. You can't kill someone with a mushroom. So they put it on display like under all these safeguards. And now you're cut to present day. I don't remember how long it's been, but this was in the past, so cut to present day. And Gilbert's grandfather is the keeper of the mushroom. He is the security guard for this mushroom.
Okay.
And he's looking over the mushroom. He's taking care of it. And he's like, I'll be right there, Gilbert. I'm tending to the mushroom. Which, like, how long does it take? How long does it take to tend to the mushroom?
To tend to a mushroom. Okay. A mushroom that is tough enough to beat a man to death. So not like a fragile mushroom.
No, it is not. It's not fragile. And so like he's tending to the mushroom or whatever. And and I guess from Gilbert's house into the town, it's displayed into the town. They have this little telescope that they can always use to look at it to see if it's still there. And so Gilbert's looking through this telescope. He sees his grandpa tending to the mushroom. And very suddenly, in something out of like fucking Toonstruck, a weird character comes by with a huge mallet, a comical looking mallet, and squashes him to the ground. And steals the mushroom. I'm not making this up.
Does Grandpa... Okay. And the rest of the game is not this cartoony.
It is and isn't. It's really hard to describe. But so, he lives, even though he looks like a pancake, he lives. He lives
as a pancake from now, or he pops back up?
I haven't seen him yet because he's in the... he's in the dungeon.
Okay.
Here's where this is our first like really big like main story puzzle. He was sent to the dungeon to be executed because he failed to take care of the mushroom. So we are working with Princess Michelle. What a great princess name, Princess Michelle. She is trying to help us get our grandpa out of the dungeon so he's not executed.
Okay.
For failing to take care of the floppy mushroom. And that's the first thing you have to do.
Okay.
Guess what you have to do it. Just guess. Guess how you might go about freeing Grandpa. What did Princess Michelle tell us to do that was totally gonna work?
What did she tell you to do to free Grandpa? He's in a prison.
Yeah, he's in a dungeon.
I mean, find the mushroom.
You would think that we would go after the guy.
Yeah.
No, my friend. We need to find a disguise to dress up as the king, who we look nothing alike, to get into the dungeon to free him. She gave me a list of things I need. A fake nose, like a crown, a cloak.
Boy.
Like she gave me...
My God.
I can't go on talking about it. It's too silly.
Oh my God. Wow.
And it is trying to be funny. I can tell. It is trying to have those silly, quick-witted...
And succeeding. It sounds super funny so far.
I'll make it even funnier when I do my review, but I guess it's maybe for kids, but that doesn't mean just because it's for kids doesn't mean we shovel crap into their mouths, you know?
No, of course not.
We've had really good adventure games for children by Humongous Entertainment. I would even argue that some of the King's Quest games, I played those as a kid, and especially King's Quest 6 was just super high quality. So I don't know what this was doing. It's so much like the gameplay of Monkey Island, but especially the dialogue trees, that it's a little insulting. Yeah, I can't wait to... This is it. This is bringing me back into retro adventure game reviews, I guess.
Goodness.
Yep. I cannot tell you the look on my face when Grandpa got smashed by a wooden mallet. And then Gilbert's like, oh my God, I gotta go help him, but I gotta make glue first. So we didn't even go help him right away because we had to make glue.
What did he have to make glue for? Oh, the crank.
The crank. So I went to the crank, and you'll be pleased to know that the crank is for the elevator in that trailer that you watched, and you said he was just like cranking for like 30 seconds.
Oh, so he can't get down to Grandpa until he fixes the crank. All right.
Yeah.
I'm following.
Yeah, I'm following this.
I'm following.
Do you want to play it with me?
Sounds brilliant. Sounds like a really actually good game, in fact.
You should play it with me and we'll write the best, most funny review on this ever.
Okay. I'm also playing one of the games I said I would play.
Wait, from the list?
Yes.
No way. Can I guess?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I think I have like two options here.
You have two options.
Is it Jazz and Faust?
I wish it was Jazz and Faust. I got Jazz and Faust. installed Jazz and Faust. I started playing Jazz and Faust, and first thing that popped up was a table, and I was like, "Oh, is this like a loading screen?" And nothing was happening, and then I clicked, and then there was some sort of noise, and what I realized was, I was like, "Hold on," because this. I think Jazz is supposed to be sitting on one end of this table and Faust is supposed to be sitting on the other. And I think I just chose which one it was. But their character sprites didn't appear.
Oh, no.
So, like, there was no Jazz and Faust. And then I watched the entire opening cutscene for, I don't even know which one, Jazz or Faust. And suddenly, it crashed.
No, Matt, no.
So I just kept fucking around with it, and as of now, I cannot play Jazz and Faust.
We're gonna find a way, guys. We're gonna find a way to play Jazz and Faust. So that means, see, here's the reason I even chose that first is because I edited our last episode, and it felt like you were more excited about Jazz and Faust.
I was so excited about Jazz and Faust. Yeah. I think at some point in the last episode, I was chanting Jazz and Faust.
I have never laughed so hard in editing an episode in my entire life. It was so funny to see this unfold in real time. You did get a little more sexual about Dark Earth, though. So I assume you chose Dark Earth.
I got sexual about Dark Earth? What was sexy about Dark Earth then?
You were like, oh yeah, Dark Earth.
Oh, that's weird.
I had to cut out so much stuff, you guys.
Okay, so Dark Earth is the one that I played.
Can I ask, did you try Jazz and Faust first before Dark Earth?
No, I tried Dark Earth first.
Okay, damn. I wanted my guess to be right. Okay, but go on.
I found Dark Earth with a DOSBox installer. It was already bundled into it, so it was super easy.
That's what you need. Yeah, I was hoping you found that with Jazz and Faust because
I was hoping too. I looked everywhere. I could not find. If anyone knows where I can play, how I can play my beautiful Jazz and Faust,
he's
please
desperate.
Let me know. But I played Dark Earth. It is pretty much what we thought it would be. It's like a darker version of King's Quest VIII. You start as this guy. I can't even. Arcan, I think his name is. Okay, first I have to talk about the voice acting because the voice acting is horrible. It's like. Not only is it just poorly done, and it's overacted, it's also it's also acted in a way where it seems like everybody is trying to be unappealing. So you got the hero who's like, I'm gonna be the hero and save the princess, and like that kind of thing.
Ew.
Maybe a little deeper because he's like he's a man, so he's gonna save the princess, and then.
Oh, I like that voice. Do that voice again.
You've got some other people like, I don't want you to save the princess. Why are you messing with all my stuff? I don't care if you're trying to save the princess. Get out of my laboratory.
Wait a second. You didn't tell me that you're kind of good at voice acting.
And then
that's crazy.
Then the villains are like, we shall not let you save the princess. So not only, and then oh my god, so then so you start the game. There's this slight nod towards it happening in real time because there's a girl sleeping at one point. You meet a girl who there are women doing female voices. But at one point you meet a girl character who is a guy doing her voice like this.
Oh. So it's not even like Bob's Burgers level of
no, it's not
amusing
supposed to be
and
funny.
endearing. Yeah,
it's not supposed to be funny.
Oh no.
So you wake up next to this girl, and then depending on how long it takes for you to do the stuff in your room, she'll wake up and she'll talk to you, and you'll be like, you gotta sneak out of here. People can't know that you're spending the night with me. And then you go out to train, and you start your guard duty. And it's like, ooh, this is thrilling. And then you're waiting by a door for a while, but then somebody breaks in and attacks the Sunseers who you're guarding, and you rush in, and they poison you, and you turn into a monster man.
Okay.
So you no longer sound like this. You sound like this.
Oh my God,
and you walk
Batman.
around like you're Batman or Wolverine, and you're like, I've got to find a cure for my monsterness.
What?
And then you're stomping around, and everyone's like, oh, Arcan, you better not let the guards see you like that, or they'll try and kill you. And you're like, I'll take care of them. And then you meet the guards, and every single guard is like, stop! Who goes there? Arcan? Is that you? And they don't attack you. They're just like, you better keep walking, otherwise if another guard besides me sees you. And then you meet another guard, and they're like, Arcan? It's so good to see you. I thought you had died. Man, it's so smudgy and gray and brown and like so hard to see anything that's happening. It's tank controls. It's some of the worst combat I've ever played in a game. But
can I ask you this though?
Yeah.
Did you have fun? It sounds like you're kind of having fun the way that we have fun with Quest for. See, I'm not having fun with the Gilbert Goodmate or what the fuck ever.
You got it right.
But like I love Quest for Glory 5 because it's not a good game, and it's got those similar 3D graphics, kind of hard to navigate. It's tank control. Is it tank controls? It can be tank controls. So are you having fun with this unhinged game?
I don't know yet. I think a little bit. I just got I turned into the monster. I've had a few combat sequences. I haven't really solved any puzzles, but right now I just got out of the city with my girlfriend, and I'm looking for the head of the scrap. I met a man whose legs were tank treads and whose hands were swords.
This is way more unhinged.
Like
I
Bone,
could ever guess.
If anyone knows like Bone Breaker from the Reavers in X-Men comics. It's so bizarre. So I'm with the scrappers, and I'm like, does anybody know how to heal me? And they're like, you've got to talk to, and then everybody keeps referring me to the leader. I can't remember his name, but everyone keeps referring me to the leader of the scrappers. But no one will tell me how to see him. Like, you ask enough questions and they're like, I've told you all I can. I shouldn't have told you this much.
Wait, are you stuck?
Not yet. So somebody did mention that the dancer at the local like strip club will help you meet him. And I went to the strip club, and it is a character who she's wearing a gold thong and lots of close-ups of her butt, swinging back and forth. And
her butt is swinging?
Yeah, because she's dancing around.
Good. Okay.
and then her on her top half, she's absolutely naked except for gold pasties over her nipples.
Whoa!
So she's just got these giant boobs that are just hanging there.
Amazing.
Anyway, I talked to her and she was like, I'll help you find him, but you gotta prove yourself to me first. I need something shiny. And now I gotta find her a shiny thing.
Come on, it sounds like you're having fun.
Well, so that's as far as I got. And then I was like, you know what? I would rather figure out this what Order of the Sinking Star looks like.
Sure.
So I'm going to stop playing Dark Earth and play that for a little bit before we have
fair. No, that's fair. But that's a fair thing.
I did play Dark Earth the other day too, and so I went back to it. I played it twice.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, it sounds like it sounds like the type of fun that I have with Quest for Glory 5. It does sound like this game is worse, though. I think I can say that.
Yeah. Well, all right. So I'll give you in my third game can be like a comparison point because it was less fun but much higher quality.
Mm-hmm.
That game, we've talked about it before, The Tragedy at Deer Creek finally came out.
Oh, yes. I played the demo at somewhere. I don't know if I played it at Adventure X. No, I played it on my own. My bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This was true in the demo too, but we didn't talk much about this part of it. But it became way more apparent when I was playing the full game. So first of all, your progress carries over from the demo if you want, but I started over from the beginning. Cool. And it's a lot like, so for anybody who didn't listen to that episode, you are a woman who gets dropped off in like the middle of nowhere. You're like a photojournalist and you're taking pictures of this old mining town called Deer Creek, where some tragedy happened that you don't know anything about. Everybody suddenly abandoned the town one day.
Mm-hmm.
And the mystery starts to come in like the second day. You start seeing like ghosts in the mirror behind you, that kind of thing, and you notice that like the night it's the next day, but it's still dark outside. Like it's not turning light, and your radio stops working and stuff like that, like, you know, just standard spooky stuff. And it's first person. You're finding letters and photos and stuff, trying to like piece together the story. And somewhere in those you find clues to like open a safe or look at a place you wouldn't have thought to look at if those sorts of puzzles where it's like the third floorboard is, and you would never have thought to click on the third floorboard. Like you don't, when your cursor goes over it, it doesn't turn into a hand or whatever. It's like you would only know this if you read this note. You couldn't like stumble into it. So that sort of stuff, and the puzzles are all fairly easy. But the thing, and the story is interesting. It's a little creepy. It's very sad. It's sadder than you think it's going to be. Like it takes a turn.
Oh, because I already thought it was gonna be pretty sad.
Like what kind of sad? Like,
well, I mean, for me, it's called The Tragedy of Deer Creek, and everything is like blue tone and very cool and like isolating. So I thought it was at least on the level of like someone dies or someone died or.
Yes. Yeah. So, but the game sort of leads you to think that it's going to be, obviously, yes. I'm not going to, this is not a spoiler to say there's a death tragedy that happened here. But the circumstances of the tragedy are a little sadder than you think they're going to be.
Yeah. Okay.
And here is my problem with The Tragedy at Deer Creek. The game, it just says no to you at every single turn. And this was true in the demo too. You go to this town and like the first entire day, she's like, I just have to take pictures. So you'll find interesting stuff and you'll want to check it out. And she'll be like, I can't touch that right now. I just have to take pictures.
Huh. Okay.
And she's like, okay. And you might remember this from the demo. And you're like, okay, well, I guess I'll just go into the next building. So you're just looking at stuff and she'll make observations about it and take pictures. And you're like, I want to click on this stuff. And she's like, I can't touch that today. I've got to take pictures. Right. And like, fucking, okay, whatever. And then even when you start being able to interact with stuff, more than half of the things, 80% of the things that you can click on aren't really interactable. And which is, I mean, even if they'd found a way to make the cursor distinguish between that, so you know ahead of time. But instead, you're just clicking on a bunch of stuff and being like, okay, all right, I guess not. Oh, okay, I guess not. Oh,
Oh, that
okay,
sucks.
I guess not. And then a lot of things, and then there's a lot of stuff that like you might figure out in your head, and she's like, I don't need that yet. One of those sorts of things,
yeah.
in which you see sometimes in point and click games, and sometimes it's sometimes it's okay, and sometimes it's annoying. But where you're like, okay, but I know I'm going to need that at some point, or like, okay, I think I know what that goes to though, and I could solve that puzzle right now, but because you were bad at doling out your clues and structuring your puzzles, now I'm sitting here like, okay, well, I guess I'll just do something else then. Right.
Which kind of like, it kind of takes away from the freedom of adventure gaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like an adventure at all.
Right.
Because of that. Because you're like, I don't get to make any choices about what I'm doing. And granted, in most adventure games, it's an illusion of choice anyway.
Yeah, true.
It makes you think like, oh, I'm doing this in the order in which I notice it, or the order in which I solved it. But really, there's one, maybe two orders to which you could do these inventory puzzles.
I do think like some of the magic of adventure games, though, is the freedom to explore non-linearly. Like when you boot up King's Quest 1, right? Mm-hmm. It's so much freedom that you have. To a fault, even. I mean, that we're talking about old adventure games now, but it's an interesting thing.
Yeah. That idea that a lot of point and click games will allow you to focus on 3 or 4 puzzles at the same time, at any given time, so that you can, like, that's why so many adventure games will be like, here's a list of things you need to collect.
Yeah.
And now you have sometimes up to like 10 different puzzles you could be working on at any point. So like if you get stuck at one, just go try and figure out a different one. Like that's something that's, I don't know. This game is really against allowing you to do that. It's just it's very tightly structured without introducing its elements in a thoughtful way. So you see all the elements up front, and she's like, I'm not going to try to open the safe because I haven't found the code yet. And it's like, okay, fine. But like, also, I don't know, like it's frustratingly restrictive.
That's such an interesting thing because like, I know in modern adventure games, we certainly don't want to go back to just going all willy-nilly and like having no guidance whatsoever. So there seems to be like a fine balance of like guiding you, right? And maybe the game we talk about today will be somewhat good at we can talk about guidance.
Yes. Like oh my god, yes. The game we're talking about is great at guidance, but yeah, this game bad at guidance, which makes you feel how restrictive it is. And when you add that to the sadness, when you add like the sadness on top of it, the game just feels kind of oppressive the whole time. I wouldn't necessarily tell somebody not to play this game. I think there's a lot of really good stuff here. I think just be prepared. I don't know. Just be prepared that it could. There's a lot to bring you a little kind of down when you're playing the game, right? Like there's a lot about the game that might make you frustrated and sad, and it's not the most fun experience, but is an interesting story.
Yeah.
There are some good puzzles. The voice acting is incredible.
Oh, nice.
And the writing is, I'd say not amazing, but above average. So there's a lot to, and even it's dark and night the whole time, which also adds to the oppression of it. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't look good. It's just, it doesn't look, it's everything is gray and blue and gray and brown.
No,
and
I know. At least I can say for Deer Creek, because it is very cool toned. It's that very like Twilight movie, gray tones that you can kind of get sick of. But I can at least say that it's not as fucking ugly as Gilbert Goodmate. It's that's just assaulting my eyes at this point. It's so brown and orange and clunky. So like, I get what you're saying. I like seeing that much cool tone can probably be a little uninteresting, but at least it's not ugly.
Yes. It isn't. It is not ugly. It is not an ugly game. It is just a. Yeah, it is just a bland game. And there are moments in this game that actually, that I was like, whoa, right? Like there were some really cool moments in this game. And I don't want to, again, this is not an anti-recommendation.
Yeah, of course
it's not. Just this game had a lot. This game disappointed me in a lot of ways.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I was kind of excited for that one.
Yeah,
but maybe I'll feel differently.
Maybe you'll feel differently. Maybe you'll play it and you'll be like, this game rules. And it's about 2 hours long, and I don't ever. It's really hard to make comments on the price of a game because it is hard. I don't know how difficult it was for them to. I don't know how expensive it was for them to make this game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what. I know what $20 means to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means to you.
Yeah, and honestly, I've spoken quite in detail about video game pricing and art, and really what it comes down to is I am willing to pay a little bit more for a fully developed piece of art. I kind of like, a lot of my friends like to go to the theater downtown and watch movies for like $15-$20. And that's it. That's all you get. You don't get to take it home. You don't get to play it again. So I think sometimes we can get a little judgmental about pricing. I know this especially as an artist. I know people can get judgmental, but we really have to think about truly what we're getting from this. This is still a piece of art. And if you're willing to pay for like a $20 experience that you only take home memories from, and I think another really good comparison is like, did you go out on a date and get yourself some good food? Was it like $100? You're never getting it again. Like, right. I think it is worth buying things that were well done and you can hold on to and you can revisit it and really look at it. That's my opinion. But yes, it is hard. It is hard to price any kind of art, and we all have different ways of approaching price.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all that being said, this game is $20, and I got to the end of the 2-hour experience. That again was a little oppressive and said no to me the entire time, and I thought, I don't know if I should have spent $20 on this.
I understand. No, I mean, I feel like that's the risk of being a consumer and buying entertainment, right?
And that's me, right? Like that is that. So this isn't to say, listener, you might $20 might not be as big of a deal to you as it is to me, and or a game that you only get 2 hours of that you consider a B- game, that might be an experience worth, and you might think of this as an A+ game, who knows? But that might be worth $20 to you. So I don't want to turn anyone off, but I do think, considering that this is priced at $20, I think you should consider it. I think that like that should be part of your calculus when you choose whether or not to get this game, because I did not. I got to the end and felt I probably shouldn't have paid $20 for that.
That's fair, man. I bought a Caesar salad for $25 the other day, so I'm like the wrong person. Don't be talking to me about this. I spent $25 on a Caesar salad that had no protein in it.
I've spent $25 on Taco Bell multiple times in my life.
What did you even? How? What did you eat?
So
that's not.
I don't want to tell you any more about games because we have a big game to talk about. I actually this is a big week for me. There's 2 other games that I do want to talk about, but I'm going to save them till next week.
Okay, good.
Because Roses.
Yes.
I want you to go down to the old gin joint.
Okay.
Pick a record on the old jukebox machine.
On the old Victrola.
Wait, your gin joint has a Victrola. Yeah. Okay, go down to the old gin joint, find the Victrola that they have set up in the corner. And
probably has a crank on it. I'm just saying.
Crank it up. Toss one of them vinyls on it. And let's hear the soothing sounds of royalty-free music, public domain music, and come back. And Roses, I want to talk to you about Perfect Tides, Station to Station.
Woohoo! Hey everyone, welcome back to Save Your Game. I'm not a guest. I have been promoted back to host. I don't know if you know, but during that time, I found Hanson and gave him a piece of my mind. He might not be okay.
He stole a piece of your mind, and now because he believes he owns a portion of you, which he does, he now owns a small portion of Pushing Up Roses' brain. He's promoted her again.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get him off our employee list.
We've been trying. It's very complicated legal
Please,
stuff.
Somebody send us court fees.
Hi, I'm Matt Ockamp.
Hi, Matt Ockamp. Do you like adventure games, Matt Ockamp?
I love them. I play them all the time. I talk about them on a podcast.
It's awesome.
You should check it out sometime.
I should listen to your podcast.
Yeah. It's called Save Your Game.
That's weird. That's the name of my podcast.
No way.
Wait a minute. Did Hanson Swanson did he tell you that we both own this property? What is happening?
I don't know.
I don't know.
This one doesn't make very much sense.
No, it makes no sense.
But why did you ask me that?
Because we're talking about an incredible adventure game today.
Yay!
One that I would say is one of the best written adventure games I've ever played.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I feel the same way.
Amazing. Should we tell them what it is?
I bet they're on tenterhooks right now. They've been waiting. They're biting at their nails. All right, go ahead.
So nervous.
Reveal it.
We played
It's The Adventures of the Black Hawk. Now, what?
No, Matt. Oh. Nope. Oh God, he played the wrong game. Never seen this happen. No, we have played finally Perfect Tides Station to Station, which is Meredith Grand's sequel game to Perfect Tides.
Holy shit, y'all.
I know. Wowzers.
Wow. This game. So Perfect Tides was the story about a young girl, Mara Whitefish, who was growing up on an island called the Perfect Tides outside of the big city. And it was just about her sort of trials and tribulations, wanting to be coming into adulthood, learning about men, learning about, I guess boys, learning about her own romance.
She's 15 in Perfect Tides, and it's the late 90s era. So she's constantly on AIM, AOL buddy list. She has a love interest on there.
She's got an internet boyfriend, and then she meets her first real boy, and really, really smart, cool,
really funny,
point and click pixel art game.
Yeah.
This is the sequel to it, and Mara is now 18.
Yeah.
Going on
Which
19.
is fantastic because we can kind of dive into seeing her do more adult things.
Drugs.
Legally.
Drugs, sex,
yep,
drink.
Drugs, sex, yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Which I guess I could, I was doing those things at least 18 or 19. I would, not drugs. I never do drugs, but
I'd kind of stopped drugs by 19.
Yeah, it wasn't really my
interest.
interest.
Anxiety disorder. But I was drinking and boning at 19. I was doing both those things at 15.
I was boning all over the fucking place. Like, I may not have had many vices, but I was...
But boning was certainly
one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mara... Yeah, it's interesting because it's a story about her, I guess, freshman into sophomore year of college.
Yeah.
And it's about, I would say this game is about the ways that she distracts herself from her goals because of a lack of self-esteem.
Yeah. I think Meredith Gran has successfully written one of the most neurotic, paranoid fictional characters ever. This character is a mess
because she's so believably those things. It's like all her anxieties and her neuroses. You're like, oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, very cringe. I don't think I was ever quite on that level of cringe, but when you're writing a story, when you're writing media, there is going to be a level of exaggeration there, and not that it's not true to Meredith's writing or even her experience, but you do have to put it out there a little bit so it lands with people. So I don't think I was ever quite as cringe as this fictional character, but yes, I absolutely relate to the things that she's feeling and the self-doubt that she has about her work and her writing and her artistic merit, during college, and wanting so badly to connect with a dude, and you're just always choosing the wrong dude.
So, yeah, and I think like that she's choosing the wrong dudes is like, I think that's significant for more than just like she has bad dudes around her. I think that's significant in the way of like every guy she chooses in this game, I think, says something about where she is in her life, and the way that she sort of uses men and relationships and love as self-torture and self-soothing and a way to look for her self-worth when she can't find it when she's desperately lacking the ability to find it in her work and herself.
It's actually really kind of sad because I think I've discussed this a little bit, but in my when I was 15, I had met an older guy. He was 20. And that was my first, it's kind of icky to call him a boyfriend, right? Because this is kind of a groomer kind of abusive situation. But in this game, Mara meets somebody before they follow her college journey. In fact, by the time we're in this game, she had been with him for like 20 months is what they said. And she was like 16 when they met, and he was like 22 or something. I guess he would have been
20, maybe 21, but 21 or 22. Yeah.
It's not good. That's definitely not a good age gap to be a minor in that situation. But the first part of that game is really her navigating a toxic relationship, and it felt so real. The way it was written felt so real, and especially because it's also portraying a long distance relationship, which that felt very similar to mine.
It's a sort of, it's one of those relationships where, and obviously because of the age difference, but they are two people in two wildly different places in their life.
Yes.
And she has, the world of possibility and potential opening up in front of her.
Yes.
And that is threatening to him. So every time she starts to discover something new, he tries to hold her back from it, right?
Right.
Like,
out of jealousy and insecurity and control too.
Yeah, because he doesn't, because he is not going anywhere, right? Clearly the way that all these relationships, Mara is using them to hold herself back. I think we can think the same thing about her first boyfriend in this game, Adam. Adam is intentionally using dating a younger girl and making his life about her and making his and tying his self-worth to her obsession with him. Because she talks about, she was like, like at one point she's yelling at herself, because she does that a lot in this game.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
she's yelling at about, and it's also funny, the creator, I don't know if it's supposed to be the creator of the game, Meredith Grand's voice, or just an omniscient narrator, or what it is. It's not an omniscient narrator because it has a perspective, it has a point of view.
I think it's Meredith. I read it as Meredith, as though we're almost reflecting on a memory or what's happening in this moment, you know. But
Mara and the narrator get in arguments. It's very, very well done. And we'll talk about the mechanics of this game in a minute, but now that we're in this subject. So the way that, like, at one point she's yelling at herself in her head, not her versus the narrator, but her versus herself, about how, like, she's like, you loved him, you were obsessed with him, you chased him, he what was something like, did he turn her down, or did he just ignore her, and she found his number, and like, so she was like, so she talks about this. So clearly he was gaining some sort of some sense of self-worth from her obsession with him early on.
Absolutely.
And that is another way that a person, that he's doing exactly what Mara's doing, right? He's instead of moving forward with his life and growing and learning and pursuing the things that he's pursuing, he needs to or wants to pursue in his life, he is using this relationship with a younger girl as a way to content himself with his lack of success, or his lack of forward momentum, the same way that she is stunting her forward momentum, because he'll say something like, I don't like it when you're stoned.
Right.
And so she'll be like, I can't smoke anymore.
Right.
Or she's like, she'll be like, oh, I met a guy who is a writer like me. And she'll be like, oh, he's just trying to sleep with you.
Yeah, he just wants to fuck you. Yeah.
And then she's like, maybe he's right. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe if I have a boyfriend, I shouldn't be hanging out with these guys. Yeah. And like, again, it's like, she's doing this while she's experiencing self-doubt about all these things. So he is a good excuse for her to not do those things. And he is like, this is how manipulation works, right? Like, he's getting away with it. So he's probably consistently convincing himself he's not being manipulative. He's as he says many times in this game, like, he wants the best for her.
Right.
He doesn't. He wants what's best for him. He wants what's best for his ego. He thinks of her as a prop. Yeah. But he thinks he's trying to support her. And it's so clear to us, like, this is not support. This is codependence.
And this is a very important, like, really important beginning of this game, because, you know, the first game kind of focuses on Mara's self-doubt, and she gets, again, I think cringy is a good word for it, even though her feelings are valid. They're just over the top and just dramatic and self-sabotaging. And I was really delighted that the story was able to help Mara, to make her grow a little bit and actually end that relationship, actually end it. Yes. Which I don't think I had the strength to do in my similar relationship to that. So it was nice to see that as part of the character development, as part of the character growth, that she had grown. She really had grown. She is in college now. Things do get better after adolescence, and she's learning how to cope and how to do these things while still going to college and writing papers and stuff like that.
We will have to talk about the mechanics of that breakup.
I love the mechanic.
Brilliant. So let's talk about the mechanics of this game a little bit.
Sure.
It's a point-and-click game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really puzzles.
No, I want to say this. Anything that was frustrating about Perfect Tides has been fixed. This game is not frustrating.
There's not a weird pixel hunt for a screwdriver that if you don't get it, you don't get the right ending.
No, this game was very smooth. It was not scary or frustrating to play. Right.
And the failure in this game is part of it. So you are living out a series of days. I think, well, do we want to say how many days? Maybe that's too much of a spoiler. People don't want to know the endings coming up. But you're living out a year in Mara's life, and you're in school, so you have to be writing papers, and you're a writer, so you're also writing creative things for things like somebody asks you to do a reading, or somebody asks you to do a guest blog post, or somebody
a paper for your like composition 1 class, you know.
Yes. Yeah. And you are also you also have a set of topics in your head that you're interested in. And Perfect Tides finds this brilliant way of tackling that, where like when you're that age, maybe when you're any age, but especially that age, you're still trying to figure out what you care about.
Mm-hmm.
And how to think about things. So every book you read, and a lot of like conversations you have will introduce new topics into your life.
Yeah.
And then those topics will like level up.
Right.
So you might have a conversation with somebody who is kind of experienced at sex, or the opposite, and it makes you think about sex more deeply.
Yeah.
And then your sex topic skill, you get not like your skill at sex, but
correct, the knowledge, your knowledge of sex goes up,
of the topic sex goes up.
And then you can take those knowledges and apply it towards your writing. So if you have like zero knowledge in movies and you need to write a paper for your teacher, maybe don't choose movies as the subject. Maybe choose something you have a couple points in as your subject, so you can write a decent paper. And you can fail, you can get a good grade or you can get a bad grade.
Yes.
Or fail or not, or do well at these writing tasks. But you're not going to lose the game that way. It is all part of the experience, and you are not going to be able to read every book and level up every topic. You are going to miss things, and that's part of that experience.
Because every day you can read one book.
Yeah.
And every day you can write one paper.
Yeah.
And you can't do more than that. And sometimes in order to do that, like, you have to make hard choices. It's like, am I going to write today, or am I going to go hang out with my friends? And sometimes hanging out with your friends will level up your skills. So if you instead you choose not to write this today, you're going to go hang out with Daniel, your best friend.
Yeah.
And then you'll try and write the paper before class tomorrow.
Yeah.
You might get a better grade because you might learn something while hanging out with Daniel that you're not, or you might not.
And or you might not at all. Yeah.
You might get a shitty grade because you might not even, because of what you do with Daniel, you might not have time to write the paper, and then you fail, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You
can chance like spending time on the internet, and you might find something useful, or you might find some troll that gives you waste your time and you've done nothing,
There's a couple points in this game where your knowledge goes down. There's one point that I was really frustrated by. Because I was putting a lot of effort into learning about a specific topic, and then she has such a bad experience with, and this is such like a thing where it's like, she has a bad experience with a dude, and you're playing the game, and you're like, there's nothing wrong with this guy. And it's basically just like, she doesn't like him, and everything.
I would love to talk about that arc further, because
everything that she does with that guy annoys her.
Yeah.
But he's just like a guy who's trying to be nice, it seems.
Yes.
And he is a little annoying, but not nearly as annoying to the player.
I don't think he is at all. But I want to talk about these things because it is so... Meredith is very good at writing unpretentious but very relatable things. She writes about relatable things that it doesn't feel like she is just giving you a sob story. These are just very these are things that a lot of us have experienced in college, and I think I really connected with it because I connected with the first one. A lot of my experiences aligned with Mara's. This one I aligned with a lot too. It's kind of like she's now that she is more independent and she's in college, she's experiencing dating different types of men. She's also kind of discovering feminism through different means. There's actually a really interesting and smart conversation she has with her childhood friend Lily. She comes back. They are still friends. They're not at the same college, but they do keep in touch and
so
they do hang out.
Lily.
Yeah, it's so cool. Some characters you do see again. And Lily and her friends on a night out were talking about rom-coms. And Mara was being cool girl. She was being cool pick-me girl. And I think for women like me and Meredith, who maybe liked other types of interests like video games and things that ultimately put us around with dudes, we have an era of becoming a pick-me girl. Of being like, well, I'm better than these other girls because I don't like chick flicks. You know?
I don't like chick flicks. I don't like rom-coms. Don't you think that they're just... And I think at one point, one of the characters is like, I'm glad we're having this conversation. This is a good conversation. And like sarcastically, it's like, this is a really good conversation. I'm glad we're having it. And you're like,
she also says, did a man tell you that they were chick flicks? I'm like, absolutely. That's absolutely what this is. And it's just interesting to relive, kind of reflect on the experience of finding feminism and finding out who you are as a woman in college and navigating these relationships. And I think the relationships are really greatly told. I mean, that's pretty much the story of these games, is how Mara navigates love and and her. That's what I truly got out of it.
See, I think so. This game is told in a series of relationships, right?
It is.
I agree with you there, but I think each relationship to me kind of isn't about the relationship. It's kind of about where Mara is in her head. So
I agree. Oh, I agree with you. I'm just saying that to me, that is part of the relationship story arc that is unfolding. You get a glimpse of who Mara is and how she deals with things or how she copes.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that. I think the distinction I'm making is when a relationship is going well or going south or ending or starting, I'm generally not thinking about how these two people interact, like what their dynamic is between each other. Like, why would this person like this thing about, like, are they compatible in this way? I'm generally thinking about, why is Mara doing this?
Right. Yeah.
Is this is she's a person who, and she, I think, admits this at a point in the game, like, she is jumping from relationship to relationship specifically to like give her a goal that isn't her real goal.
Yeah. And also and I think she said too that the rush of adrenaline you get from a new, trusting relationship, but in at least one of these relationships it faded. And she didn't want it to fade, and the guy didn't want it to fade. But it's such a good example of like these kind of early college relationships and who we are as people. Like, you have to be mature enough to kind of handle another person with care and be responsible for another person.
Yeah.
And I think Mara's learning what that looks like, what it is to be there for another person, for them to be there for you.
Yeah, right. And you deserve it in return, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And she goes through like three relationship arcs in this game, both all at different points. And I think the third one left me the most sad, because for me, this was such a story of a young woman finding out kind of what she wants and who she is, but also realizing what is healthy in a relationship. Like, what do I want out of this?
Oh my God. The third one is, I think the second one left me the most sad, but the third one is definitely her being like, she says, oh man. All right. Not to jump too, but she says something. She says what she wants.
Yeah.
And then immediately it changes. And then he's like, and then when he is like, hey, I thought it was this, and it is exactly what she was saying before, like,
yeah.
And she's like, what? Like,
I know. Yeah, for sure.
It's very real.
It is very real, because what we say and what we feel are two different things.
Yes. Yeah. It's very real and speaks a lot about what it is to be that age and where Mara is at. And like, I think it's a very poignant situation, but it's the second one that broke my heart the most, because there's this. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's tough.
We're going to have to, if we're going to talk about the relationships, which I think we want to, that'll have to be in a spoiler section, I think, right?
Probably, yeah.
Because I think we'll want to at least touch on our feelings about each individual relationship.
Each character,
right?
sure.
But what are some cool moments? So before we get there, before we cut to spoilers, what are some cool moments in the game?
I got to point out something so funny.
Yeah.
That seriously cracked me up. It's probably not what you're thinking, but there is a Homestar Runner parody in this game that you can find on the internet.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see this, but I read about it.
I was so delighted. You don't understand how realistic that even is for, like, in that time period, wanting an update, like a strong bad email or something. And it's silly, and it's like, it just brings you back to this moment in time. Even though it's obviously a parody. She's not showing Homestar Runner. She's showing something insane. I thought it was so funny and so clever to just as like a world development. You know what I mean? Just for this whole world that she's in, wanting it to be that early 2000s, late 90s thing. And I'm like, yep, that was me. That was definitely me looking for a strong baddie email. That's amazing. I love it. That was more of a quick moment, because you can look that up on the internet. But I assume you're going to bring up the Bohemian Rhapsody karaoke.
Oh my God. There is that to me is when the game leveled up into something. Like, it was like, this is good. And then that moment happened, and it was like, holy shit. This game is just on another level. So
it is on another level. Yes, it is.
There's a moment where there's a karaoke scene in this game where the game asks you to put on, like, to skate. Like, they can't put a copyrighted song in the game. So they ask you to put the song on
so
in, like,
funny.
Your life, and then click a button when it gets to a certain moment.
Yeah.
And then it syncs up.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. It's so well done. And then the scene fades out of the karaoke back into, like, the characters' lives. And this song is still the soundtrack for, like, another 30 seconds or so.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking smart and so funny and so brilliant. I can't.
If you actually turn off your sound, the lip sync, you can tell when they're saying certain lyrics.
Oh, man.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
There's a mosh pit sequence where you you basically play a rhythm game, and at some points it's too hard to possibly play, and like now, oh man, what else? There's a sequence that's like a very sarcastic version of, like, the Barbie beauty like makeup beauty games that were so popular in the early 2000s.
I know those games. I played them. I don't know what part you're talking about, though, in the game.
It is the part where she's getting ready for a date, when she's been through some real depression and she's getting ready
I remember. Yes, I remember.
Yeah. You can also, I mean, there's also like, there's so many cool things in this game. You can read books and then focus on certain topics, and then you can trade books with your friends, and then they will talk to you about them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. We're gonna have to get into spoilers pretty soon.
That's fine.
Oh, so let's talk about that breakup first, though.
Yeah.
The breakup scene is really interesting because he will be the entire time trying to talk you out of the breakup.
The first one, you mean?
Yes.
With Adam? Yes. Yeah.
And apparently you can fail. I didn't.
Really? I didn't know that.
But I heard somewhere that you can fail. I should just say, the podcast Post Games did the earliest game of the year wrap up of 2026, and just because there's so many games, and a bunch of people, and he had just like a bunch of guests on from the world of gaming and the world of comedy and the world of writing and the world of, and anyway, a lot of people said Perfect Tide, so I got a couple people's. I try to avoid reviews of games we will be reviewing on here until after we talk about them. But I got a lot of people's like 2-minute wrap up reviews of it, and in a couple, and so I learned a couple things, and one of them is that you can fail this breakup. You have a health meter.
I noticed that. I just thought that was more there for aesthetic. I didn't realize that I could fail this,
because it tells you a bit more about the story than you're getting out loud when the health goes down or up. It tells you like what things Mara finds empowering, what she finds deflating. Really, really smart. It's just so smart. And it reminds me of conversations I had at those ages in my teens and early 20s on both sides, right? Trying to break up with somebody and kind of failing because they are like making arguments against why you should, or being the other guy, the person, the guy being the Adam in the situation, or like, I don't want to break up.
Yeah.
And I think that we're going to be a good couple. So if I can just argue each point, maybe she won't break up with me, and then we'll fix everything.
Yeah.
It really spoke to a part of my soul that I haven't had to look at for a long time, which is what Meredith does. And that's such a big part of her writing is pulling these things out of our past, her ability to remember her past and the details that we so easily that we either choose to look away from or so easily forget.
Yeah. Meredith is very good at writing characters that are both good and bad.
Yes.
Because that's realistic. Especially in relationships though. And especially as you get older and you reflect on your past relationships and you think maybe I was the problem or they were the problem. There's no such thing as you were perfect through every relationship you've ever had. You were the toxic one at some point in your life. You are the enemy of someone or someone's in your life. People have left your life. You have left their lives. And Meredith is not afraid to write about that, even if it reflects upon her as the narrator, because I found this game very personal. I very much believe that Meredith felt this way as Mara, or had these feelings or neuroses or paranoid thoughts. And she's not afraid to put that out there because that's life. Good and bad. That's what this is, right? And yeah, she's very good at writing that realistically without making you absolutely hate or love the characters. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, 100%. And, Mara, I should also say, you are right. Your observations of Mara are right, but she's also very funny and very smart and very charming.
Oh yeah, like everyone, right?
Yeah, if you're a person who is listening to this and hasn't played Perfect Tides 1 and is not sure if you're going to play Perfect Tides 2, I just want to be clear. Mara is not just annoying as a
no. She's not a villain
really,
or a bad character. And I think that's where Meredith's writing just comes across so brilliant, is because that's so many of us, right? So many of us are well-intentioned and funny and good, and then sometimes we have toxic elements to who we are.
Yes, yeah.
And she's very good at putting that out there and being vulnerable.
And some people's toxic elements bring out ours, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes people, she captures the whole sort of spectrum of like, sometimes people hurt you and they don't mean to. And it's not their fault. Sometimes people hurt you and they don't mean to, and it is their fault. Sometimes people hurt you, or sometimes you hurt other people because you were careless. Sometimes you hurt other people because it's a circumstance that couldn't have been avoided. It is just who you two are. Fuck, man. I am ready to go to spoilers if you are.
Okay, let's do it. Let's go to spoilers. Okay, we played music. We are now going to talk some spoilers. So we did talk quite a bit about Adam and how that was ultimately a very toxic relationship with a bad dynamic, a bad power dynamic. And what I think is
just two very vulnerable, very weak people, but Adam should definitely have, like, it's one of those situations. Adam owed Mara a lot more self-reflection and responsibility than he gave her, and he could have ended up really damaging her.
Absolutely.
Like in this story, it led to her a lot of growth for her, but he could have ended up really doing a lot of harm. And I mean, that is why you have to. I'm not anti-age gap relationships, but that's why people have to be very, very careful with fucking age gap relationships. Like, these things should be scrutinized within an inch of their life, especially
when a minor is involved.
Well,
like I said,
of course.
I was 15 when I met my 20-year-old boyfriend, and it's just. I think Meredith understands this in her writing. She writes the characters like they believe that they're more mature than they are, that they can handle this, that I deserve this older guy, even though the power balance is completely off. I did not take away growth from my relationship. I took away maybe the most damage I ever had in my life, and it's kind of the catalyst to my BDD, I would say. So, but you can't really do that in a game like this. There needs to be, we can't just end it there, right? We got to have some growth. And so I think what's interesting is she starts to fall in love with her best friend, Daniel. Who is a good guy. But what I think is really interesting, really, really interesting about these arcs is that it's not the best relationship. It's just a better relationship than what she had. She could recognize that some of these things are healthier, but it's still not it's still not a great relationship. It's still not really compatible, you know?
They were both coming off of breakups.
Yeah.
And both of them needed something, and each other were there. And I think there was a little more to it, right? Like, I think there were some feelings there, but I don't think the feelings were as real as either of them thought they were.
Yeah.
And so as it came down to it, when they were out having fun together, they loved each other, right? Mm-hmm. They liked to sing together and do drugs together and see bands together and go to parties together. But when it came to things that required intimacy, like conversations or sex, things where they needed to listen to each other and communicate.
Yeah.
It was awful.
And I feel like a lot of that was a little bit more on Daniel than Mara. Not that Mara was the best communicator. She's not. She's young. Right. They're both young. But it was kind of, it really spoke to me as like, oh yeah, I've been there. I've been with men who are pretty good guys that aren't listening, that they're not taking my heart into consideration. They don't want to talk about how sex could be better. That was such a sad moment to me.
That was a rough moment.
That's rough.
He was like, well,
really
can't we
rough.
just do it? And she was like, well, wait, like the way we've been doing it. And clearly it's like his insecurity, right? Like he is like, I thought I was good at sex. It feels like she's telling me I'm bad at sex, and she's not. She's like, here's how I need it done to feel good. And he's like unwilling to look at that.
Or in the other instance, which really upset me like so greatly. And I went over and I actually replayed it so I could get a good grasp of what happened. There's a moment where Mara and Daniel have to go back to their school because Mara agreed to give a talk. She's in college now, and she's going to give a talk to some high school students that are going to ask her questions about her experience in college. And Daniel agrees to go with her, and he also agrees to watch her talk. Mm-hmm. He agrees to this. He wants to be there for her. I'm only here for Mara. And as they're going to the school, they stop into a store, and Daniel meets up with a friend of his, and they start chit-chatting. And the dialogue, I replayed it to make sure what I was reading, and the dialogue was. Did
you try to be more assertive the second time? Because
I was. Yes, I was. I was assertive.
So what happened? Because I was passive.
Nope, I was very assertive. I said, "Hey, I'll see you. Cool, you're going to be there, right? Yes, I'm going to be there. Cool, I'll see you in a few minutes. Yes, I will. I will be there in a few minutes." That is what he said, and then that changed at the end. So he doesn't show up to her talk. She's very upset. Mm-hmm. But he's giving these, it didn't matter anyway. And unfortunately, he had a good reason as to why he didn't want to go back. Unfortunately, that wasn't communicated. He committed to something that meant a lot to Mara and didn't follow through. And I empathize with both sides. It's just, but you didn't say that. And now you're gaslighting me. Like, it's such a bad, and Daniel's not a bad character. He is inexperienced. And I think that's what this whole moment is trying to portray, is that you do have to be careful when you have a responsibility to someone else now. And they're too young and too inexperienced. And even though this is a better relationship than Adam, it's not good. It's still not good. It's not communicative. It's not good.
Right. I think this is the one that felt so tragic to me, because so Adam to me was like about, like, it was something, he was holding her back from her life. He was trying to stand in the way of her progress. Mm-hmm. He wanted her to just like come live with him and be with him and make her entire life about her relationship with him.
Imagine how boring that would be. Seriously.
But sometimes when you're that young, you feel that. You feel like, if my relationship is right, then my whole life is fine, and I don't have to worry about anything else. Yeah. And so like you put so much effort into just being like trying to. There's no other word for it. Trap the other person.
Yeah, it was trapping. Yeah.
And with Daniel, again, like they were both too immature and too young and too dumb about communication specifically to figure out that, like, that's not, they didn't want to do that work, or they couldn't do that work. And so Mara wanted the things from Daniel that she had with Adam, which is like this sort of unconditional dedication. Mm-hmm. And they hadn't built that together at all, because Daniel couldn't communicate at all.
No, not at all. And to the point where, like I said, I had to reread the dialogue to make sure what Meredith was actually writing. Mm-hmm. During their confrontation, he has the gall. As you can see, I'm very upset at men in general. I very much relate to this. He says, I told you I was going to stay back, and you said it was okay. That wasn't my dialogue, my man. That was not what happened. And I think that was so smart writing, you know?
That was very close to the dialogue because I said the thing like, yeah, it's fine if you stay back.
Yeah, that's not what I said.
And she said, I'll see you there. Like, he still was committing. What I read into it was he was still committing to come to her talk.
And his response was, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Yes.
And then his later response was, you said it didn't matter, and I said I was going to stay back. Like,
yes.
What?
Yeah. It's like, that's not what you... So in mine, my response in my head was, that's not what you meant, and you know it.
And you know it.
That's not what we
regardless.
meant. But then in yours, he didn't even say it.
Right.
He's just either misremembering or lying.
Yeah.
He's remembering it the way he wanted it to be so that he didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
So in between, there is one relationship in between Adam and Daniel, which is Theo.
What an interesting thing that I think is so common in
he
college.
Seemed so normal and so fine, and she just was annoyed by everything he did and like completely disgusted by him.
No,
but...
you want to know why? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be very vulnerable here. There was a time when I was younger when a guy really, really liked me, and it was very obvious that he did, but I was so nervous. I was so scared by it that I just made fun of him. I was mean to him. Granted, I'm a minor. Don't come for me here. I did not do this in my adulthood. I was a minor. But like, it's just that thing of where this person is too accessible. There's got to be something wrong here. They're too nice. This is disgusting. Like, I can't deal with such a nice guy. And I think everyone who's ever been, I think this is less of a college thing and more of even a middle school thing. There's always this like one person that everyone thinks is so weird and they pick on him, and there's nothing wrong with them.
Right.
Nothing. So it's so, man, that just brought back some memories to me of just being in school, you know?
I couldn't tell if something wasn't translating or if this was the point. We were supposed to,
I think that's the point.
As the player, say, there's nothing. I'm so glad you had the same feeling.
Yeah.
Because I was like, am I going to talk to Roses and she's going to be, whoops. Am I going to talk to Roses and she's going to be like, this guy fucking sucked. And I'm going to be like, and I'm going to have to go back and reread and be like, where did he suck? I can't figure it out.
I liked that guy. I like that. That would be my love interest, man. Like, I like that character, but it's just one of those things that I think happens a lot in many people's childhoods. People get an idea, like a collection of people. Because Mara's not the only one annoyed at this person. Other people in like her peers are like, "Oh yeah, that guy's really weird and like really out there."
It's like, how he's being so normal.
I know, but I'm telling you, man, I feel like that's everyone's experience growing up at some point. Is that we've all decided collectively that like someone's
this
really
guy
weird,
is weird,
but they're not, and they're fine. And what's wrong with us? Why are we doing this?
So. Because of him, you give up anarchy. Like, and I put so much work into the anarchy thing. Like, I went to the communist meetup. And
did you? I didn't read the book in time, so I missed it. But yeah.
I read the book. I the first thing we see is the essential Kropotkin. Kropotkin? I don't know how you pronounce it. But, and like, that's like the first book we come across, and then it crumbles in our hands, and then we have like a porn magazine or something. No, like
yeah, it's called Rot, I think.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like Maxim more than porn, but then, but yeah, we just kept reading the anarchy books. I used anarchy to get out of shelving the books in the library. Mm-hmm. What did you use?
What did I use to get out of it? Yes, that's what I used. I used anarchy
maybe you have to.
Because I really like that part. You're trying to like convince your teacher that you don't need to sort the books. And she like gets this smile. She like crosses her arms and she's like, "Well, I don't think we have to sort them." Yeah, I used anarchy to get out of it, and it was very funny.
Did you let so I'm going to ask you some spoilery questions. Okay. So did you get the TV?
I did.
Did you let it fall?
I did not.
Okay. I want to go back and see what happens if you select let it fall. Does she actually?
I just couldn't let her do it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. I'm just like, if this were me, I'd be so upset by letting a TV fall. So I definitely got her to do
I felt the same way. I felt the same way. And it didn't seem to have the narrator acted like there was going to be consequences to not letting the TV fall, but I couldn't find any.
I'll have to go back.
Said something about it like tiring you out and you're not able to do other things, but like I think I still read and wrote that day. So
okay.
But yeah, I don't know. What was the next question I was going to ask you? Were you able to pop any of the balloons?
Pop any
at the carnival? At the ocean?
No.
Ocean. Okay, all right.
No,
I wasn't sure if that was the joke or if like there was a skill there that I didn't get.
I think after doing it, I think it might be the joke because man, I like went all over the place. I tried. No, I don't think there's.
It was funny. It was a funny joke, but like then there's an achievement for a game called Worms that I never found.
Worms. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Maybe it could be at the carnival.
I didn't find that. Okay, what was my next choice question? You succeeded at breaking up with the guy.
Yes. Yeah.
I think you have to get the lip piercing, right?
I think you have to.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure, but that is what happened to me, which again, so fucking relatable. Just well done.
I can't remember.
I have a choice question.
Yeah, so, please.
You have this kind of little date, not date, but this outing with your friends and Daniel, your boyfriend, and it's in this kind of foresty area. You're invited by these kind of important writers that you meet, that you've been kind of, schmoozing with, and it's very flattering. So you all go and meet up with them. There's a water hole that you can all like dive and swim in. Did you choose to talk to Daniel or Rosetta?
Rosetta.
I did too. I actually did both. I did both to see what would happen.
What happens when you talk to Daniel?
I don't think you get if you talk to Rosetta, you get more experience in more knowledge in sex.
Yeah.
And you don't if you do it with Daniel.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So third relationship.
Yeah.
She breaks up with Daniel. She falls into a deep depression. And then one of the writers she's kind of been flirting with the whole game, older guy, invites her out. And she's like, she's talking to herself kind of like, this isn't a guy that you can date.
Right.
But maybe it would feel good to just be wanted. He's super hot. Whatever.
That's such a trap. Why do we do this? Dude, no, you're gonna fall in love with him. Why do we do this? Such a trap.
Yeah, and then they bone and she immediately falls in love with him. And he's like, oh, what is, this is not what this was about. And she's heartbroken.
Yeah.
Poor girl. Everybody's done this.
We set ourselves up, We'll
Everybody's
take
done this.
some crumbs a little bit to get some satisfaction and then just be heartbroken.
Now this once again is like, he wasn't the greatest communicator, but he was much clearer than other men in the game.
Yes. And he considered her.
What's that?
He considered her feelings in more ways than one, because this
true. Yeah.
This game allowed her to actually have like good sex. This is the first time I think Mara experienced that kind of like attentiveness. So I think that's important. And again, it's kind of like the difference between finding like a relationship that you're kind of okay in, do you like Daniel, but it's not the same as really, really liking someone. Obviously you risk being heartbroken, which she was, but it's just an interesting arc of finding people she's compatible with.
One of the things Dan Savage says about like relationships and your responsibility to one another is he calls it the campsite rule. Leave somebody in the same or better condition than you found them in. Right.
Yeah.
And it's toxic relationships that don't, but most relationships do. Every relationship hurts when it ends. Right. Yeah. But most relationships, you look back and you're like, okay, I learned something from that person. I learned something about myself. I learned something about them. Or I had good times. I had more good times than bad. This is the only relationship I think in this game that followed the campsite rule.
Mm-hmm.
I think, or at least tried to. I think, what's his name? John, yeah. John left her in better condition than he found her.
Yes.
But I think she was trying very hard for that not to be the case.
Yeah, no, I know. I think it was like, oopsie. I said I wanted this, but oops, kind of like this guy more than I thought.
And this is what you were talking about earlier. He was much older than her, so he probably should have shown even more care.
Yeah,
and even more communication, because he should have. They're both adults, whatever. But he should have known. He knows what it's like to be 19.
Absolutely.
Right? So he should have definitely been like, hey, before we do any of this, I want to make sure you're like absolutely 100% sure.
Yeah. This is also the only relationship where in this game where she is the rejected one, because she ends things with Daniel, she ends things with Adam, but she is unfortunately the one getting her heart broken. She's getting rejected, and it is heartbreaking. We have all been there, right, where we're trying to like admit feelings and you're just being rejected, and you don't really know why, honestly. Like I could see Mara, because John was so like kind of flirty with her and telling her like kind of big things like, oh, you're a superstar, Mara, everyone loves you. Mm-hmm. I can see why that'd be confusing for her, and why it is confusing. And Meredith wrote that very well, even though Mara, even though they had agreed to that's, we're just going to hang out or whatever.
Right. Man, yeah.
It's just more complicated than that.
Yeah. It always is. It always is. And especially, again, when you're dating somebody who's younger than you, that's something you have to fucking think about. It's like, it doesn't matter if we said it. You have to,
it doesn't matter. Things
they
change
are young
all the time. Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to say shit that they don't mean because they're young.
Yeah.
But I just realized there's this other thing about these three. Where Adam is this, like, I was thinking about it in terms of past, present, and future, right? Mm-hmm. Adam is this like weight from her past that's chaining her to her past and refusing to let her move forward. And he is a gravitational well trying to pull her backwards in time.
Yeah.
Whereas Daniel is all about the present, right? They are making decisions as they happen. They're not thinking about what they just went through, their breakups. They're not thinking about their future, their their actual potential for a relationship in the future. They're not considering anything. Even his decision to skip her thing, he was only thinking about the present moment, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So he very much kind of like represents the present, while John is about the future, right? Like, he's living the lifestyle that Mara wants to live.
Yeah.
He is actively trying to support her future. He is trying to set himself up in a way where, like, this relationship isn't going to continue in the future, but he wants them to have a relationship in the future. He wants them to continue being friends and peers and colleagues, and maybe even hang out and fuck again someday. Yeah. But, like, so in this way, in a lot of ways, he represents the future, and it's very interesting. I wonder if I'm sure that was intentional. Everything in this game feels intentional.
I'm sure it was.
Is that we have a past, present, and future sort of.
Yeah, and I think it also kind of represents the figuring out what is important to you in a relationship, because Mara was trying to get over the fact that maybe Daniel wasn't as caring in bed. Yes. She just kept it going, right? They might have talked about it a little bit, but not enough, right? Correct, and it's like, but that's not all there is to a relationship. He loves me, and I love him, and that's what matters. And I think being with maybe an older, more mature person with successes under their belt, it kind of shows her what it could be like, what she
should expect from people in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if not with him, but
yes.
It should be fulfilling. It should be exciting and good,
Man, yeah, and even when you think about like conversations with Adam, were very much about like what happened to this?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you want to still do this that we did before?
Right.
Where conversations with, like, the last conversation you had with John, he's just looking in the mirror being like, I am getting old. I never looked this tired before. This is killing me. Like, he's talking about the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's after John that she sort of realizes, I've been using all of these. This is where station to station comes from, right? She's like, I've been sort of using all of these relationships as ways to propel me forward, because I don't have enough faith in my schooling or my writing or whatever, or even just like myself. And she's like, and there's two ways to think about this, I think. And I'm going to be curious about your thoughts here, but there's two ways to think. One is that, like, she's been holding herself back by using love as this like pacifier, to guide her at times where she should have been pursuing her goals. The other one is that this is what it is being an artist and a writer, right? You're going to, and this is a lot of people in the game have talked about this, right? Like, you don't want to spend all your time working. You want to spend some of your time living. Otherwise, you're not going to have anything to write about. You're not going to have things to think about and talk about with people. So when she talks about how, I don't remember the exact quote. I wish I had gotten it screenshotted, but she talks about, her love for these people moving her from station to station. Maybe that is not a self-criticism, right? Maybe in some way that's her saying, this is who I wanted to be. It doesn't feel like it, because I keep thinking I want to be the successful writer, and I keep thinking I want to be in love. But actually, who I wanted to be this whole time was a person who feels really passionately and lets that passion guide me through life. Because that's how you be an artist, and that's how you be unapologetically you.
Yeah. Honestly, I really think it's definitely a mix of both. I don't know if I look at it one way or the other, because that's just kind of how things happen in life in general. I think initially there might have been a lot of self-sabotage going on,
right?
Especially with like dating a friend that she doesn't know on that level. That can be very self-sabotagey, because it's a distraction, right? It's a distraction from other things. It's a distraction from how you feel about yourself. You're not confronting how you feel about yourself. You're letting other people validate that for you.
Yeah, define it. Yeah.
Yeah. But then I think I do feel like she, with John, with that segue into the third relationship, I think that wasn't self-sabotage. I think actually she was experiencing real things there that were going to help her grow.
Right.
Which is, to me, why that makes that situation maybe the most sad.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I really felt sad about that whole thing, because it felt like she was finally figuring out something real, and kind, but it just wasn't in the cards, right? So yeah, I think I don't know. I think it's half and half. I think she did want to be this artist life and feel things, very deeply, and, get into a mosh pit and really feel your feelings and your anger.
Fall in love really hard and get really your heart broken really hard.
Yeah. 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 See, and maybe that's because she just is a deeply feeling person,
Yeah. I really relate to that part of it. There's just so much to learn from this game, I feel like, right? Because while this game isn't speaking authoritatively about all these things, right, it's an exploration. It's such a smart and thoughtful exploration.
Yeah.
That it's sort of a game that I think every creative person and every emotionally sensitive person, both types of people, which are usually there's a lot of overlap. Should play this game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because there's so much just well observed experience in this story. There's a moment where she's talking about childhood. I think she's saying something about like how she used to know the feel and smell of the moss, right? And it's something I think about all the time, right? Like I used to have a different relationship to smaller things in the world. And it was probably, I think this is similar to something Mara says, but it's probably that it was new, right? This is the first time I'm smelling wet grass as the sun is heating up and it's the dew is turning to vapor and there's a certain smell to it, right? And now I've smelled that so many times I don't even think about it when I'm walking out to my car. But there used to be a time like I could spend hours just like poking around a small patch of dirt, right? and it would be interesting to see every different shape of rock that's there in that little patch. And like there was a curiosity with everything you encounter that sort of fades as you grow older.
I don't think I grew out of that.
I mean, I used to sit and just like pop tar bubbles. Okay, because like the road, when they tar the road and then it would rain shortly after, the rain would get stuck under the tar. And I would just sit there and like pop the tar bubbles. I wouldn't do that now. I might see a tar bubble and be like, oh, like when I was a kid and go pop it. But I don't think I'd run outside and like spend an hour popping tar bubbles.
I think that our curiosity remains. At least that's how I feel about myself. And you probably clock that too. When you say I have, when you were younger, you have more of a relationship with the small stuff. I experienced this almost backwards because I had such a traumatic growing up and then traumatic things happening in my 20s and 30s that I am now so curious and happy just to be in the world that I'm in. So yeah, I will like look at a flower outside randomly and stop whoever I'm with and be like, hang on, I gotta take a picture of this. This is the best looking flower I've ever seen. Or marvel at something that's on a menu that I can't even that I don't even order. I feel like I reversed for some reason because I feel like, that's to say I think everybody does retain their curiosity. I just think it goes to different places. I think your curiosity, which was once popping bubbles in tar, is now towards like world mythology.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Like I knew what all the different dirt smelled like at every different place. Like the dirt at my grandparents' house smelled different than the dirt at my house, which smelled different than the dirt in the cul-de-sac behind my house, which smelled different than the dirt at school. Right? Like this was a catalog of things in my head that I didn't realize until I grew up, and then was like, and you smell some dirt and you're like, oh man, I used to think about this stuff all the time. Yeah. Like this used to be like a part of my experience of living every day.
I just think those things change. I think like I said, I think that is pivoted and evolved into creative endeavors and your interests in like world mythologies and culture and things. Because you're always curious and like excited about those things. It's just because our brains grow with us, we can't always be curious about tar bubbles. Well,
that's what I mean.
Dirt smells like.
Now tar bubbles are familiar. I know what happens when I pop tar bubbles. And like I know, I've smelled so much fucking dirt in my life that I don't care about the smell of dirt anymore. But there is
curiosity can be satiated. It just moves onto something else.
But kind of like Mara was saying, like there is like something about that does feel like a loss.
Yes, I understand. I feel that.
Anyway, what do you have anything left to say about we've spun off into, and listeners won't know this because we've cut out big chunks of this, but we've spun off to just like how this relates to our personal lives.
I don't have anything else to say other than I just really connected with this game, and I do think it is one of the best written games. It's extremely descriptive without being too windy, and it's beautifully written. It's like poetically written in this very writerly way, while also keeping it real. You know, Mara talks like a real teenager. She doesn't talk like a poet. But yeah, I think it's one of the best written games I've played in a long time, if ever. It's up there, man. Yeah. It's really high up there in terms of writing.
It's way up there. I mean, it's very different. So like other games that have some of the best written games I've ever played is like Disco Elysium, maybe even Esoteric Ebb from earlier this year, or like or like Citizen Sleeper. But this is so different than that it'd be hard to compare them.
Yeah.
But for what it is, like writing about this literary, personal, semi-autobiographical, this is the hands down best written game I've ever played.
Nice. Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, because we're in spoiler section, we'll have to play a little bit of music and we'll come back and say goodbye to everybody.
Okay. Insert music here. Okay, we are out of spoiler territory. Welcome back. Welcome back to me, Pushing Up Roses, and welcome back to you, Matt Ockamp.
Did your position change during this break?
Position? Like political position? No. Gay rights and let's do a crime. What are you talking about?
Did Hanson Swanson promote or demote you during this break? Is what I was
I don't think we'll have to worry about him.
Oh.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. Man, this is a long one, but a fun one. We talked about a lot of games, and fucking Perfect Tides. Honestly, everybody needs to play these goddamn
Perfect
games.
Tides.
So good.
More like perfect game. Thank you. Be here all night.
All night. The night's over.
Still here.
If you want to support us, some ways that you can do that are you can share with a friend, or rate, review, like all that stuff. We are Save Your Game Podcast on Instagram. I got the name right, and then I couldn't remember the app. What the fuck? Both of us are on Blue Sky, and the podcast is on YouTube, all that stuff, whatever. You can email us at mattandroses@gmail.com. What's some other stuff?
Get plenty of roughage in your diet. Drink a lot of water. It's really hot out there right now, and you're going to dehydrate.
I don't know what we will be talking about next week.
Oh, I have no idea.
Tune in. It'll be fun.
I hope
whatever it is.
I hope it's Gilbert Good something mate.
Whatever it is. I hope it's what is the name? What is their names? I hope it's
Jazz and Faust.
Jazz and Faust.
Oh, I hope it's Jazz and Faust so bad.
Guys, if anyone knows how to get Jazz and Faust running, please send me a step-by-step
Please do it. Send it to him, please.
I want to know about Jazz and Faust. I want to play Jazz and Faust so bad. I love Jazz and Faust. They're my best friends in the world.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, it's been fun to do this art with you, because podcast is art.
It is art. It's not all fun though, because art is suffer. But it was fun though.
But it was fun. Suffering. It was suffering. Suffering's fun.
It was great.
You know what? Suffering's fun now.